Good morning, students. Today we are going to discuss chapter number 8, chapter number 9, ray optics, and today's topic is reflecting type telescope. This will be the last topic of the ray optics, right? So, in previous lecture, we have already gone through the refracting type telescope, and now this is a reflecting type telescope. Now, see. Reflection always happens in mirrors, right? So these are the type of telescopes in which mirrors are used, right? So we are discussing first of all, this is Newtonian telescope. In Newtonian telescope, there is a tube, a cylindrical tube of a large diameter. One end is closed and other end is open, right? Now a concave mirror, and moreover it is parabolic concave mirror, right? So this is a concave mirror fitted at the closed end, and the second end is open for the gathering of the rays coming from the object. Now see, the object is at infinity. It means the rays will come out from the object parallel to each other. Now, a strip of plane mirror. This is a very small strip of plane mirror put at its focal point or before its focal point, right? Means the before the focal point of the concave mirror, right? Now, the eyepiece or eye lens is fitted at one end or one of the side of the reflecting type telescope, right? तो ये यहाँ पे होगा या कहीं और हो सकता है, यहाँ भी हो सकता है, लेकिन उस केस में फिर प्लेन मिरर को आपको चेंज करना पड़ेगा, उसका ओरिएंटेशन चेंज करना पड़ेगा. नाउ सी, एक्चुअली दिस प्लेन मिरर इज एट 45 डिग्री with the principal axis of this concave mirror. The plane mirror strip is inclined at 45 degree with principal axis of concave mirror, right? Now rays are coming from infinity, right? Since the object at infinity, now rays are parallel to each other, incident at the concave mirror. Now what will happen? The concave mirror will try to focus these rays at its focal point. Now see, here is the focal point of concave mirror. Now rays are going to this point, but they get incident at the plane mirror which is inclined at 45 degree, right? Now what will happen? The plane mirror will reflect these rays to the eyepiece or eye lens. Now it incident at the eyepiece and the observer can see the image of the object. This is the Newtonian type telescope, right? Again I am repeating, this is a hollow cylindrical tube, blackened from inner side, one end is closed and a concave mirror fitted at its closed end. The plane mirror is inclined at 45 degree with the principal axis of this mirror, concave mirror. When rays from the object which is at infinity get incident at the concave mirror, it will try to focus these rays at its focal point, but the plane mirror reflect these rays to the eyepiece and you can see the image of the object, right? Now the magnification or magnifying power of the Newtonian type telescope is FO by FE. Now what is FO? This is focal length of objective. Now here this mirror is facing the object, so it is objective, and this is the focal length of the eye lens, and this is the eye lens. This is eye lens, so its focal length is FE, and the focal length of objective mirror is F. So we can easily calculate the magnifying power of this telescope, right? Now objective is concave parabolic mirror in the Newtonian type telescope. Now another telescope This is Cassegrain type telescope. Cassegrain telescope. Now see, in Newtonian type telescope, the eyepiece situated at one of the wall of the telescope. Now see the position of the eyepiece. The eyepiece in Cassegrain type telescope is here, right? And this is the objective mirror. This is also parabolic concave mirror, right? Now rays are coming from infinity, get incident at this concave mirror. This is objective mirror, and reflect and try to focus at its focal point. This is the focal point of this parabolic concave mirror. But a small strip of convex mirror, this is nothing but the convex mirror. Convex mirror now the convex mirror reflects these rays to the eyepiece. So the final image formed at the eyepiece or eye lens. This is the Cassegrain type telescope, and its magnification again FO by AP. FO means focal length of objective mirror, and FE means focal length of eye lens or eyepiece. It consists of a large concave parabolic mirror having a hole at its center. There is a hole at its center. There is a small convex mirror near the focus of the primary mirror. Now this is the convex mirror. The eyepiece is placed on the axis of the telescope near the hole of primary mirror. Primary mirror means objective mirror, right? This is objective mirror, and the hole is at its center, right? Now advantages of reflecting type telescope over the refracting type telescope. Actually, reflecting type telescope is better than a refracting type telescope. Now what are the advantages? It is free from chromatic aberration. Chromatic का मतलब होता है कलर, यानी कलर वाला जो डिफेक्ट है उसे हम कहते हैं chromatic aberration. Now see, lens, we assume that it is made of two prism, and prism have dispersive property, dispersion of light. It breaks the white light into 7 component color, so it makes the image colorful. यानी refracting type telescope form the colored image, whereas the telescope using having mirror is free from chromatic aberration. So it is free from chromatic aberration. Number 2, the image is bright. Actually, reflecting type telescope may be of large diameter. If it is large diameter, its gathering power, or it can gather more rays than the refracting type telescope. So image will be bright. Number 3, high resolution can be obtained by using mirror of large aperture. If the aperture or the diameter of mirror is very large, it means the size of the tube is very large. So its gathering power is very high. If gathering power is very high, the image will be brighter and with of high resolution, right? Now spherical aberration is removed in the parabolic mirrors. Now see, parabolic mirror of large aperture should be parabolic in nature, since it convert the rays into parallel beam of lights, right? So the image will be sharp and it will get at a single point. So a sharp image formed at a single point. That's why we use parabolic mirrors, right? But in case of refracting type telescope, there is a lens. We cannot stop spherical aberration. Overall, we can say that refracting type telescope, which is made of lenses, suffers from chromatic aberration, this spherical aberration, and the image is not so bright. So reflecting type telescope is better than refracting type telescope, right? Now the last topic is resolving power of microscope and resolving power of telescope. Now, resolving power of microscope. The resolving power of microscope is defined as reciprocal of the distance between two objects, which can be just resolved when seen through the microscope. If we can separate the images of two nearby objects, it means resolution or the resolving power is higher. For example, there are two lines, right? These are separated by a small distance. But if we see this object, these two lines from the 10 meter, we cannot resolve these lines. But if we are using a telescope or microscope from 10 meter, so we can see that there are two lines. So this is the resolving power. So resolving power is always reciprocal to the distance between the two objects, and it is resolving power equal to 1 by delta D, and that is 2 mu sin theta by lambda. Now what is mu? Mu is the refractive index of medium between the object and the objective lens of the microscope. This is the distance between object and objective lens, right? Now mu is the refractive index of the medium between object and objective lens. Now what is theta? Theta is semi-vertical angle. See, this is the objective lens and this is object, right? Now the rays are coming from this object up to this range. Now this semi-vertical angle, half of the angle is theta, right? So this is theta. Now lambda is the wavelength of light incident at the object. जब कोई भी ऑब्जेक्ट हमें तब दिखता है जब उस पर लाइट इंसिडेंट होती है, तो जो लाइट की वेवलेंथ है उसे हम कह रहे हैं लैम्डा. तो रिजॉल्विंग पावर एज ऑफ माइक्रोस्कोप इज 2 mu sin theta divided by lambda, right? So lambda is wavelength, refractive index of the medium between object and objective, and half angle of the cone of ray light from the one of the object, theta. It is semi-vertical angle, right? Now the resolving power of the telescope. Now again, resolving power of telescope is defined as the reciprocal of the smallest angular separation between two distant objects whose images are seen separately. Now see, in the sky there are so many stars. The least separation or least angular separation made with our eye, now its reciprocal is resolving power of the telescope. Now the formula of resolving power for the telescope is 1 by d theta. This is angular separation. This is equal to A divided by 1.22 lambda. Now what is A? A is the diameter of the objective lens. This is the diameter of the objective. And there are two objects, 1 and 2. The angular separation or angle between these two angle made by these two objects with objective lens, that is d theta, right? So the reciprocal of d theta is resolving power of telescope, and it is A divided by 1.22 lambda. The resolving power depends on wavelength and diameter of the objective, right? So this is all about the ray optics, and now onward we will start the wave optics, which is new for you. Now this is all about ray optics. Thank you very much.